Good morning. It's Wednesday, and I'm out on my morning hike that I like to pretend that I do each and every morning. Spending time with God, which I like to pretend that I do each and every morning. And I want to talk to you about last Sunday's message at the community of Wild Goose. Um, this again is Wednesday. It's March. I don't know, something. I'm not really sure what it is, but it is the first couple of weeks of Lent, and we thought we'd mix it up a little bit last week. We're approaching our 1 year anniversary. We started the community of Wild Goose on Easter, and pretty amazing beginning. We have rapidly grown from the first meeting of 47 people to now we had gone down to about 30, 35. And hey, how you doing, neighbors? Car just went by, and they think I've lost my mind talking to myself out in the desert. So, I thought it would be a good idea to mix things up last Sunday, and so what we did was not set up chairs. We had become pretty repetitive, which is good to create that consistency of meeting, of having 2 or 3 things that are consistent, which I need more and more in my life. But I also know that we can become complacent with those things, and those rituals that we create become a couple of things. They become superstitious, and then we begin to think, well, if we don't do those, then something is wrong. And they can also create expectations, because if you have a great experience with a particular way of doing things, and then it doesn't seem to dazzle you as much the next time, then it throws you off a little bit, and you begin to judge what has been going on instead of experiencing what is going on. And so we didn't alter the important things that we do on Sunday mornings at the community of Wild Goose, like have coffee and donuts. That's just a religious function that, doesn't need to be taken away. But we did not set up chairs. I asked Brad not to record. He's such a faithful, dedicated servant at Community of the Wild Goose and wants to make sure we get the messages out to everybody. And I said to Brad, I wanted him just to come and receive and be one of. Sometimes we serve so much that we're unable to be present, and I wanted him to be able to receive. And then I asked Andrea if she wouldn't set up the candles for communion, and I love that we have such a flexible group, even if they inwardly are questioning what I'm doing. They don't share it, at least, but they flow with it. I have to flow with me sometimes. So then we took communion out to the outdoor amphitheater at the North Mountain Park Visitor Center, and we just spent time in silence and in awe of the beautiful weather we're having here in Arizona. And I came to a fork in the road. As Yogi Bear says, I'm going to take it. And so we went outside and just experienced the beauty of that environment. And as we listened to God together, silently, individually, corporately, it took us off of our game, and we had to remind ourselves that whatever it is that we're doing, whether it be our religion, whether it be our own life, our own plans, our own goals, we have to reflect the way that Jesus handled things with his relationship with the Father. He said to the Father, I want to suffer. Because you know what? Children can say to good parents their true feelings, and parents don't feel obligated to take away that feeling or to give them what they want. They don't feel a good parent doesn't feel the need to be their friend, their child's friend, They are the guide, the protector. And sometimes they have to protect them from themselves. And so Jesus says to the Father, he says, Father, if I can not suffer, that would be really awesome. I don't want to suffer. If we could send out just a mass email to everyone, that would be awesome. Can we do that? And I don't want to suffer. But then he added something, and probably, in the voice of Morgan Freeman, he said, hey, didn't you see Bruce Almighty? And how that went with the email thing? But then Jesus followed up with something else, and he said, but not my will, your will. Not my way, but your way. That's the combination we need in our life, is to be able to say, you know what, God, not my way, but your way. And it's so hard. And what that's saying is, I have done it my way by taking temporary pleasure and long-term suffering as a result. And instead, I want to enter into the path of uncertainty, the road of the unknown, and I want to willingly suffer that I don't get my desires right here temporarily. Suffer now for long-term pleasure, for the deepest desires of my heart that I truly want. It's a hard one for our human nature to do. But you know what? That's what this Lenten season is all about. It's about sacrificing that self, not sacrificing with our deeds and our actions and our works, but it's sacrificing the true nature of ourself to God so that he can be the one who is our success and our achievement, because he wants us to experience his joy and his peace in the present, the I amness of God, the isness of God. And that's what we did last week. It threw us off a little bit. We'll go back to some of our typical ways of doing things because we don't want to stray too far from our consistency. But as we do that, we recognize that God is God and I am not. And we don't take ourselves as seriously. We take God more seriously. We welcome you to come to the community of the Wild Goose. And you are welcome instantly when you come in, and even if you don't come. We are at 12950 North 7th Street at the North Mountain Visitors Center. We rent a room there. It's beautiful in the desert, right off a hiking trail. Take a hike in the morning if you want. Take a hike. Take a hike in the morning and end up there at 10:30. Join us for coffee, donuts, fellowship. Oh, that was a Christian-y word. Fellowship. We're going to have fellowship. We're going to get together and hang out and listen to God together. We'll see you later.